the Miami Heat are going to run away with that 4th spot.
Jason Tatum's great and everything, but like, is he enough?
They are going to make the playoffs and surprise a lot of people.
Welcome to FN Studios. Here with Kody, Kevin, and Greg, this is the Dropout Sports. What's going on, you guys? We are the Dropout Sports guys, and today we've got some NBA action coming at you. Now, at the time of this recording, 4 through 10 are 1.5 games back. That's a lot of numbers to throw at you at one point, but it's a close race. We'll throw a graphic on here right now just for fun, just for kicks. But what we're going to do today is going to be explained by Kody.
So basically, guys, there's a lot of, like Kevin said, a lot of spots open for the playoffs. There's about 40 games left, and we're each going to choose who's going to make the top 8 and who's going to be in the playoffs when it comes to the important basketball games. So go ahead and
nailed it.
I know. It's natural to me. What do I say? And if you guys don't notice, my lights are changing.
Yeah.
So
we are upgrading quality, folks.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask Greg real quick. He has 5 seconds to tell me what color it should be now.
Orange.
It's orange. Okay. So who is going to be in first place for you, Kevin? Because you're the main NBA guy here. So let's hear what you got.
All right, so first place in the Eastern Conference, it's really between 2 teams, 76ers, Nets. The Nets, with their newly formed super team, Kyrie, Harden, and Durant, if they can get it all on the court at the same time, and the 76ers would trust the process. Now, these are 2 teams, as a Knicks fan, that I hate so much. But if I had to pick between one of them to get the first spot, it's got to be the 76ers. I mean, the chemistry is there. Simmons and Embiid have been working at that for so long. Harris has been there for a couple years. He's scoring 20 a game. Embiid's playing at an MVP level. Ben Simmons with an all-star, potentially defensive MVP just season. And then you got Shake Milton, Tyrese Maxey on the bench. You got all those Dwight Howard with the veteran qualities on the bench. I think there's too much chemistry and too much natural talent there for them.
What I'm going to say about that is that was a great explanation, and me and Greg will not be able to offer something like that because come MLB time, then we will thrive and sound like Kevin is right now. But I'm going to disagree with who you have in the 1 spot, and the reason why is because Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving, and that's all I should have to say. And the Nets are going to be in the 1 spot for me when it comes playoff time because those guys have gotten it done their whole careers, and they will continue to do it.
I'm with Kody here. I got the Nets in my 1 spot too. I mean, and I think I don't know. This might just be because I'm not as entwined into the NBA world as you are, Kevin. But I've got the Bucks in that top 2. I don't think that it's only a 2-team race for those top 3 spots. I think the Bucks are involved in that too, and they've been hot lately. And I mean, you can't count Giannis out. They got Chris Middleton is phenomenal. I love the guy. I mean, I think they're a great team also.
Okay, but Kevin,
but the Nets, like Kody said, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, the depth isn't necessarily there like it is for other teams, but I mean, they've got the best starting 5 probably in the entire league.
Who cares about depth when it comes to playoff time, right?
Joe Harris and who else? That's all I'll say.
Joe Harris will be banging threes till the day he dies.
Okay, but Kevin, I have bad news because in my 2 spot, I also have the Bucks.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the Bucks are my second team for the same reason Greg said. So Giannis is going to get it done. People kind of been down on Giannis. I've seen on Twitter a lot because of just saying he's overrated. He's just running down the court, being tall and big and athletic and dunking the ball every time and can't do much of anything else. But he'll get it done for me.
This isn't like some big separation for me. I don't think that the Bucks are just far and beyond better than the 76ers. I just think that's just what I have. I just have them edging it out at the very end.
All right, what I'll say to that is I think our 1 through 3s have the same 3 teams. 76ers, Nets, Bucks.
Yeah.
That's a given for many NBA fans, many end of the season rankings. What I will say to that though is the Bucks are basically the same team last year, but a year older and a year more wary. Because Giannis, Chris have been there for the longest time. They get Drew Holiday, who is pretty good, but they didn't add anything else. They still have DiVincenzo. They still have Lopez. They have Bobby Portis as one of their leading scorers. I don't trust that as a Knicks fan for one bit. And, I mean, the Nets have talent. They have the talent to be a 2 or a 1 seed. I'll agree with that. 76ers, they've had that there. I don't know, man. I don't know how to respond to that.
They have that there, and that's why they're sitting at 3 for me. Still great. It's going to be a really close race, but I just see those teams edging out. But come playoff time, if you're going to tell me that the 76ers are the team that's standing alone at the top at the end of the season, playing in the finals, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Okay, I'll agree with you on that.
Okay, there we go.
Saving grace.
Yes.
But now here comes the 4th spot. This 4th spot that is going to be 4 and 5 spot, which are going to be coveted by a lot of people, because honestly, nobody in the East would ever want to play those 3 teams come playoff time. So I think, just to start it off here, the Miami Heat are going to run away with that 4th spot. They have won 6 in a row. 6 in a row. That is very good. And they were in the finals last year. I don't care about bubble year. They had the talent, and they got off to a rough start this year. But Bam and Jimmy are arguably all-star snubs. Hero stepping up. Dragic is still Dragic, just a little more wary. And then you add on to that, just Duncan Robinson. He's gonna shoot better at the 3. Olynyk is a great piece to have off the bench. Kendrick Nunn is a microwave waiting to blow off. The Heat have too much there compared to the rest of the teams for me to not have them up in the conversation.
Yeah, I've got the Heat at number 4 too. And I mean, this is an NBA Finals team last year. And I don't think they're going to sit there and compete with the top teams this year, with the Nets, Bucks, 76ers. I don't think they're going to be there at the end of the season. But this wasn't a very hard choice for me, the Heat at number 4. I really like Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo should have been an all-star. I mean, they're still a great team. I just like the Heat better than, the Celtics, the Raptors, all these teams below them for me. I don't think it's that hard for me. Kody, you looked surprised when Kevin said that Heat were his number 4 team. I want to know why that is.
I wasn't surprised. It's not a surprise to me at all. I was surprised when he said they're going to easily run away with it and secure that spot. Because at my 4th spot, I have the Celtics, and I think the Celtics are going to continue to be slept on. I think it's finally time for the guys have been underrated their whole career. They're starting to get some recognition now, but you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Those 2 guys deserve respect, and they are going to get pissed off and make some plays this last 40 games and just go off and secure that 4 spot, but barely. And you'll see who my 5 is, but that's what I'm going to stick with right now. I like the Celtics to secure the 4 spot.
Wait, okay. Did you say you had the Heat at the 5?
I do have the Heat at the 5. I didn't say that, but that's who I have at 5. They're slightly behind the Celtics.
All right.
I mean, for me, I'll talk about the Celtics, I guess. I don't have much to say. I just don't. Kemba Walker hasn't really been impressive as of late. He's not been doing what he needs to do. Jason Tatum's great and everything, but is he enough to get them that 4 spot?
Absolutely. But you're forgetting about Jaylen Brown, and just wait for Kemba to turn it back on. Just wait.
I'll talk about the Celtics later on, much later on. But just to respond, at my 5 spot, I'm actually going to have the Raptors. And here's why. You look at the top teams, and they have these 3 guys that separate themselves from everyone else. The 76ers, it's Simmons, Harris, Embiid. Nets, Harden, Durant, Irving. I mean, that one's obvious. And with the Bucks, it's Antetokounmpo, Middleton, Drew Holiday. Sorry. But with the Raptors, in years prior, it was Lowry. It was Lowry and DeRozan. That was it. You get Pascal Siakam stepping up. It was Lowry and Siakam. And now that Fred VanVleet is scoring 20 a game, boys, they have a big 3, not a big 3, a moderate 3. They can make a run. I will say that completely. Yeah, and you add on that, Norman Powell's averaging 18 a game. Insanity. Fifth
So
seed for sure.
they're on fire right now, right? Okay, cool. Go on, Greg. Who's your 5?
I mean, all I was gonna say is I got the Raptors in the same spot actually.
At 5?
At 5, yeah. And I mean, again, not much to say about them. I like that 3. They got those 3 guys. I'm a big Pascal guy. He I don't know. I play fancy basketball, and he's always a one of my top choices.
So what I've got to say about that is I'm just gonna point it out right now. I don't have the Raptors in my top 8 at all. I think that they're on fire now. Sure, they're on fire. They're playing out of their mind, but it's so close in those areas right now at where they're ranked that I think they're the team that's just gonna calm down. They're not guys that I see to continue doing this stuff. They're gonna slow down and they're gonna think they're fine in this spot right now. They're on fire and they're just gonna slowly everybody's gonna be, oh, they dropped down a spot. Oh, they dropped down another spot. Oh, no. And then they don't make the playoffs.
And the Cavs make it in at 8. Is that what you said?
Nope. That's not.
No, I'm just kidding.
As much as I'd love to say that, sitting in at number 6, my guy Kevin's team, the Knicks, they are going to make the playoffs and surprise a lot of people. Julius Randle deserves some MVP votes.
I'll hop on that. I also have the Knicks at 6, and this makes me very, very excited because a couple reasons. One, the fact that they have 3 out of the 4 teams in their division ahead of them and they're still making the playoffs, that just shows you that they are a great team in general. They have a great schedule and they can compete. Again, the Knicks aren't the greatest team. I'll point that out to you right now. But the way Julius Randle is playing, I would not be surprised if he got onto an All-NBA team. And then you have RJ Barrett. The last couple games, he's been scoring 20 a game. We have RJ step up to a regular 20-point a game scorer. And then you add in Emmanuel Quickley, Twitter's favorite Knick player, honestly. And then Derrick Rose teaching him everything. And then just, Nerlens Noel stepping up. He's 5th in the league in blocks per game, 2 a game. And then you get Mitch back. You got a lot of pieces there. And it may not be formulating now, but they do look like a contending team to me.
For me, I actually, I know I kind of was talking bad about them earlier, but I got the Celtics sitting there at number 6. I don't know. I think I don't know. I just think the Celtics, it's the Celtics. It might be name bias. It might be because they're named the Boston Celtics, but I've got them making the playoffs at 6.
So we moving on to 7 though?
Yes, sir. So my 7th spot, I think this will shock some people. The Chicago Bulls.
Wow.
Baby. So what the Chicago Bulls have is a hodgepodge of a lot of things. They have veterans in guys like Thaddeus Young. They have young guys stepping up like Wendell Carter. And then you have stars in the making, Zach LaVine, who already is a star, and Lauri Markkanen, who has the potential to be a star. I think near the end of the season, they can put it all together, barring injuries, which I don't think they'll have many, a new system under Billy Donovan. I would take that young, invigorated team to make the playoffs any day.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with that, but at my 7th spot, I got Rookie of the Year himself and his team coming in, LaMelo Ball and the Hornets at number 7. They're going to keep it up. LaMelo Ball has it. Listen, he's great so far, and he's going to continue to be great. They've got Gordon Hayward, Devontae Graham, Malik Monk's been great. Terry Rozier's been great. I just think that this is a team that is going to fight the entire season. They're going to fight their way to a playoff spot.
I am a Terry fan. I will always be a Terry Rozier fan. But you're wrong, because at my 7th spot, I have the Indiana Pacers, baby.
Yeah,
Sabonis is an animal. And let me mention that man is averaging 21 points a game and then bringing 11.4 rebounds a game. He's an animal, and I think that he's going to be that guy that carries his team to a freaking playoff spot, along with Miles Turner being a defensive animal. That is my 7th spot, and I'm just going to get right into it. I don't care what you guys think about it, because at 8, Kevin, I love that you put the Chicago Bulls at 7 because I have them at 8. I agree with you. They're a ragtag group, and I think they're just going to go off and just surprise a lot of people and slide right into that 8 spot. Right,
I love it. Love the energy.
Love
All
it.
right. I'll respond. I'm going to respond to that Pacers pick.
Okay.
So, Domantas Sabonis, he's a 20-10-5 guy. Those are very rare to have in the league. I mean, Julius Randle's doing it in a different way, albeit, but still, he's doing it. And then Malcolm Brogdon coming in, just casual 20-point game scorer, casual 6 to 7 assists a game passer. He's a great point guard for your team to have, along with Miles Turner. But I don't see much else on that team. What, you got Doug McDermott leading the way as your third or fourth scorer?
Love Doug.
You can't do a whole lot with that. I would rather take the Hawks over them. I'm going to be totally honest. I don't have the Hawks making it, but I would rather have the Hawks talent and the Hawks scoring over the Pacers. All right.
I mean, I'll talk about my 8 spot then. Let Kevin finish it off. So I know you guys are thinking, I haven't heard the Knicks. I haven't heard the Bulls from you. Where are these good basketball teams?
Where are they?
And I'll tell you what, they're not at 8. It's the Washington Wizards. I'm jumping on the bandwagon. Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal are going to carry that team on their backs. And they're going to get into the playoffs. They're going to get into the playoffs at the end of the season.
For the 13 seed. That's exactly what we're going.
Even with the 13 seed behind the 8 seed right now, there's still not that much of a distance. What is it, like 3 games right now? I mean, You got 40 games left. I don't know. I think they're going to figure some stuff out in Washington. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be figured out, but they're going to figure some stuff out. Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, they're going to pick that team up. They're going to carry them on their back. They're going to make the playoffs.
Ruined it, Greg.
Absolutely destroyed it. No, but okay. I see where you're coming from that, because Russell Westbrook almost on his own took the Thunder to a 6 seed. So I can respect that. And along with Bradley Beal, I can see them going maybe 9-10-ish. But they have nothing else there. Rui's improved on defense, but Rui Hachimura is not a 3 guy. Thomas Bryant is no Steven Adams. They can't do anything because they have nothing. They have nothing besides Westbrook and Beal. If you tell me that Westbrook and Beal can lead a team to the playoff spot over Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, over Sabonis, Malcolm Brogdon, I would say, sure, yeah, that sounds great. But then you give me all the pieces that they have beside them. Garrison Matthews is their third leading scorer the past couple games. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it all. But anyway, my last seed, it's just, I haven't said them yet, and y'all have already said them 4 and 6. At 8, I have the Boston Celtics. And here's why. Kemba Walker he's a very good offensive player, but he is a defensive liability. His legs are getting old. He can't keep up with the LaMelo Balls and the Ben Simmons of the world. He's going to be defensive liability. You have Marcus Smart as your 3 guy who, yes, he's a playoff performer. Kody, there you go. He's a big boy, but he can't do a whole lot else. I think Brown and Tatum are great. They are borderline all NBA players at this point. They're scoring 26, 27 a game. They're basically carrying their team. But I think carrying their team they can't do that for long. And especially in a division where you're going to be facing the Knicks, the Raptors, the 76ers, and the Nets each 3 times in this season. It's less than the 82 game schedule, but still, I don't think that they can sustain much longer. It's going to be a tight race for them. And it's going to be between them, the Pacers, and the Hornets, and it's going to be between 2 and 1.5 games a difference.
I think that's it for today, though, isn't it, Kev?
I think so too. It was a good show, man. It was a good fun show.
Before you go, please subscribe to the TWSN YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Download the TWSN app.
Yes, download the app. Thank you very much. See you later.